Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go into chapter 29 of The Murder House by James Patterson and David Ellis, so let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 29, The first day, Noah didn't think much of it. It had been a long trial. There was a lot of information to review. It could just be the simple matter of plowing through all the material, wanting to be thorough. The second day, he began to wonder. He had no experience with the kind of thing, so he tried not to think too much about it. The third day of jury deliberations, he began to have hope. Somebody on the jury was doing some heavy thinking about his guilt. Don't read too much into it, his lawyer advised him during a visit. A lot of people have lost a lot of bets trying to guess what a jury is thinking. At 1:15 on the fourth day of the jury deliberations, Noah is summoned by the sheriff's deputy. He is heading, as always, toward the side of the door of the county courthouse reserved for prisoner transfers, but the transport vehicle slows a block from the courthouse. The crowd has swelled beyond the sidewalks into the street. There are back blockades, but they are hopeless against the swarm of onlookers. The transport vehicle moves slowly, and people grudgingly open a path, shouting at the vehicle as it passes, some of them even slapping the hood or one of the side windows. When the vehicle turns toward the transfer door, Noah sees the trucks from all the national media lined up, faces of reporters he'd seen on television before the trial began and with whom he's now particularly on first-name basis, plus countless other reporters who couldn't get inside the courtroom but are always here every morning ready to shoot video footage or snap his picture. The thousands of locals are here for various reasons: geriatric trial watchers, concerned citizens, people just interested in the spectacle of it all. Friends or family of Melanie Phillips from time to time in the courtroom were standing outside here by the prisoner transfer. He has seen people who vaguely resemble Melanie and wondered if they were cousins or aunts or uncles. Melanie had a big family, though. No one ever met any of them. They were only together for 2 months before Melanie ended things. He remembers that day well, the day Melanie broke up with him. Her resolve, the firmness of her words, "I'm sorry, but I've made my decision." That was it. She wouldn't hear his protest. She made the statement a second time to be clear, and that was that. Noah always wondered if she discussed it with her friends or family ahead of time. He imagined someone advising her, "It's best to do it clean. Just break it off. No long explanations or debate." It bothered him to think that others knew about their breakup before he did. He lets these thoughts occupy him so he won't think about what's coming as he passes down a long corridor lined with armed deputies. As he enters the courtroom from the side and dozens of heads turn in his direction, the law enforcement presence in the room is also heavy. The wall space is occupied by sheriff's deputies ready to keep order when the verdict is read, and then it's as if everything is underwater, almost dreamlike. His lawyer says something to him, but Noah doesn't really listen. He's gone to another place now, readying himself for what's about to come. Judge Barnett walks in and calls for the jury. The jurors file in and take their seats one by one. You're supposed to watch them as they come in, looking for clues. If they make eye contact, they're going to acquit you. If they don't, they're going to convict. That never made any sense to him. Why'd you look for clues in the first place when you're about to find out in a few seconds? Instead, he turns around and finds Paige in the fourth row by the aisle. She moves her head so they can see each other between the other spectators. She mouths the words, "I love you." He wants to stay there, looking at her, but his lawyer takes his arm and he gets to his feet for the reading of the verdict. He turns to face forward but doesn't look at the jury. He finds a blank spot on the wall and stares at it, thinking through everything that has happened and wondering, how did it come to this? He hears a woman's voice. It turns out the foreperson of the jury is a single mother of 2 and has her own graphic design business, the one who sits in the front row of the jury box, 3 people from the left. It is a good thing that a woman is the leader. Another question that doesn't make any difference. All that matters is that what she's going to say next. On count 1, murder in the first degree with special circumstances, to wit the murder of Melanie Phillips, we find the defendant, Noah Lee Walker, guilty. Noah sucks in his breath. On count 2, murder in the first degree with special circumstances, to wit the murder of Zachary Stern, we find the defendant, Noah Lee Walker, guilty. Noah turns to see Paige. He starts toward her as she runs up the aisle toward him. There are bailiffs covering the gate that cordons off the spectators, and there are other bailiffs assigned specifically to Noah. Both sets of deputies do their jobs. Paige nearly makes it through, coming within a few feet of the defense table. The deputies grasp Noah firmly, gripping his arms, holding down his neck. He goes limp, compliant, before surprising them by breaking free and reaching Paige. It won't last, but he just wants to touch her one more time. "Oh, baby," she says to him, her face wet. He puts his hands gently on the back of her neck and kisses her quickly. Then he moves his mouth to her ear. "Don't give up on me," he says, as the deputies recover their leverage, pulling him back. When he refuses to go down, they shove a taser against his neck, electrical current surging through him. His legs and arms go limp just before his mind does. He falls to the floor in a heap, his last memory of this courtroom. That is the end of this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.